My name is Kevin Zanes, and I am a Senior Director of Advanced Analytics at Eli Lilly and Company, which is a pharmaceutical company. Travel. I love to travel around the world, experiencing different cultures, different foods, different people. So that's probably my top passion. I would say my other one is sports. When I was younger, I was a pretty competitive athlete, and so that's something that I've tried to take into my adult life. Although with a couple small children, getting out and being athletic is a little bit harder on the time. So I do it as much as I can, but I don't always have all the time. In those two situations that I talked about. So the first one is whenever I'm traveling, just because I grew up overseas, I traveled extensively in my adult life. So really that's just when I feel like home is when I'm on the road and I'm experiencing something new and being immersed in new cultures and learning about those cultures. That's when I really come alive. And the other time is specifically when I'm swimming. There's just something about swimming laps in the pool that I can just clear my head of all the noise that's going around in the world and just kind of be in the zone a little bit and just not be distracted by the thousand things that I have to do or, other people. And you can just kind of be in that quiet space a little bit. And it's extremely calming for me to when I get to that kind of zone. So we have a saying at my company, and part of what they try to do in a very similar way is they want people to be their authentic self. And the way that I kind of always view that is, there's an expression, kind of dance like no one's looking. And it's really kind of like that. It's the ability to be who you are when no one's looking, but when other people are around. And to me, that's really what the essence of this campaign is how can you be your authentic self, not just when you're by yourself or when you're with your family or friends, but in any environment. So probably one of the biggest things that has shaped me into who I am today is the fact that I grew up overseas. So when people kind of look at me, they say, okay, it's blonde-haired, blue-eyed, American-sounding person. He probably grew up in the Midwest somewhere, lived his whole life there, and now is just traveling for fun. But the reality is kind of the opposite. So Switzerland's actually the 11th country that I've lived in over the course of my life. And it's been an extremely wide variety of countries, from Taiwan to Germany, from Pakistan to the Netherlands, the US, Malaysia, the UK, just all over the world. And what that has done is it has given me just a very different perspective on the world, on people, but it's also allowed me to learn how to be extremely adaptable, because that's just kind of what you need when you kind of live that lifestyle, which is you just need to be able to go into those environments, adapt quickly, learn, and move on with your life. Because if you can't do that, it's going to be a real struggle for you every time you change countries. So I think one of my biggest champions is my wife, mainly because anytime I see myself straying from a personality or I'm getting down, she's always trying to kind of bring me back to who I am at my core. Not just through kind of reminding me of who that person is, but also trying to put me in situations, make me laugh, kind of get me out of any funk that I have. And so she's been a really great champion and a really great partner throughout my life to kind of, always bring me back to who I am at my core, not necessarily who I am in the moment. Unique, local, and inviting. But one of the things that I've always been extremely impressed about with the Andaz brand in general is that, again, no matter what type of traveler you are, whether it is a solo traveler, a business traveler, a couple traveling, or a family traveling, Andaz somehow always has something for everyone and is able to mix and blend all of those environments together better than any hotel chain or hotel brand that I've seen out there or that I've experienced. And that's just so important to me. And that's why, and again, I've said this on my social media channel, hundreds of times, that Andaz is my favorite brand. Whenever I go into a city, if there's an Andaz hotel, my decision is already made on where I'm staying.